Hello, YouTube. It is Tuesday evening here at the Breakfast Club. I am your host, Sister Danger, and it looks like I'm going to be kicking off another round robin so that we can get our newest host, Nathan Brendan Masters, in the circle. Today I have a little bit of a deep topic that I'm interested in exploring, and I really want to lay the groundwork as this being something of today I have a bit of this evening I have a bit of a deep topic that I would like to explore, and I first want to just request of people when thinking about this topic to please try to move beyond the emotive gut reactions that we typically have to it, because it's really difficult to talk about it in a meaningful way when the response is this sort of knee-jerk off the cuff. So the topic is justice, and what do you think, or do you think that we think as a society, justice is? And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because here in the past few weeks, I've posted some various news articles or thoughts on my Facebook, or seen other reposts on friends' Facebook pages that are pretty acerbic when it comes to dealing with the top. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because over the past few weeks, I've seen various topics where either I have posted and people have reacted, or I've just seen it go by on friends' feeds. Not always the same topic, but kind of the same genre of topics, where the reaction is just, kill them all, or neuter all rapists. And this really volatile reaction to people that are convicted of these types of crimes, whether it be some form of rape or violent sexual assault or pedophilia or something like that, that is just all the way over the moon into the realm of these people should just be castrated or murdered straight out, end of story, that there is no other solution or answer. And this reaction that people have really gives me pause, where I find myself asking, what is it exactly that people think justice even is? Because surely it cannot be the answer to murder somebody, to say they deserve to lose their genitalia, or they should be locked up forever. They should be chemically castrated, which is what we used to do to homosexuals even 60 and 70 years ago. So surely it can't be the answer for these radical extremes in response to this type of crime. Yet we see it pop up again and again, that anytime this comes up in the news, there's a whole segment of society to which this is their generic response. And I wonder in my mind, how do they justify this really extreme punishment for a crime that is and I find myself wondering, how do people justify in their mind this over-the-top extreme punishment for a crime? Typically, I am used to encountering justice in two primary ways. And one of those ways is the literal eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, which is to say, if I was to go and poke out your eye, then retribution, like equal and fair treatment and justice in that situation, is you get to go and poke my eye out back. And then there is the analogous version of eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, which would stipulate that it is not seeking the exact one-for-one reciprocity, but rather it's looking for some sort of equivalence. So if I, for example, have killed your sheep, rather than you coming and killing one of my sheep, we would estimate the value and the impact value that the loss of this sheep has on me, and then we would require of you some form of payment such that it makes up what we estimate the cost of that sheep to be. And this is considered justice, even though it is not an exact reciprocal arrangement. It is one that is considered a fair and balanced arrangement, and therefore it is considered justice. So when I think of this in application to other more serious crimes than killing your sheep, so when I think of this in application to more serious crimes, it does not seem in any way to me just to demand death or castration as a response to a rape conviction. And arguably, it is not even justice to demand a death sentence as a response to murder. So I'm not going to go into what the moral and ethical philosophies of that are. I'm just more interested in hearing what people's idea of justice is. Because if we think that it is the balancing of a situation, then how do people reconcile in their own minds really over the top punishments, especially when we know that punishments that could amount to cruel and unusual punishments, such as castration, or torture punishments that are disproportionately harsh. For example, if you steal a candy bar, your hand gets chopped off. This is disproportionately harsh. And we know for a fact that punishments like this are not a deterrent to people committing the crimes that they commit. So that's it. What do you think justice is? How would you define justice? And so that is the question for this week. What do you think justice is, and how do you sort of gauge that in your own mind? Have fun, everybody, and I look forward to hearing what everybody has to say. I look forward to hearing what everybody has to say, and starting off the round robin responses is Nathan Brendan Masters, who will be talking to you about it tomorrow. Have a good night.